This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.
I don't have to look anymore now that I've seen you. I don't have to dream anymore now that you came true. I'm already yours. I don't have to look anymore now that I've seen you. I don't have to dream anymore now that you came true. I'm already yours. I'm already yours. I don't have to look anymore now that I've seen you. I don't have to dream anymore now that you came true. I'm already yours.
Art that I did for his show. This from the year of 2023. And we'll get to that. But first, you know the drill. I want to test uh, super tips. So I'm doing this one, and I basically I figured out how I can use OBS, but not have super tips run through it because I still haven't figured out how to make it go through it. I can hear it in OBS and see it, but it cannot be heard on screen. Meanwhile, through EV Mux, there's a way to run it through there, which I tried, and at first it didn't work at all. And then tried it last night, and it could be heard, but it could not be seen. So, well, that's no good. So now it looks like, I'm guessing, it works now, at least through this way. So it, if you're watching this, you can type in the chat and say, yeah, I heard it. If not, I'll check back myself to see. But here we go.
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
All right, there it was. Did it come across? Did you see it? All that good stuff. I can watch it on my own here. Oops. Why did no, that's all right. I could hear it. Um, so I'm assuming you could hear it as well. Let me check the chat. Thompson, no C. I heard it. No C. You can't see it. Now I can see it on Rumble. I know you're on YouTube. So it's not going out to the others, only on Rumble. Is that what I'm to understand? Because I can see it on Rumble. Let me see if I can go. Yeah, I know you heard it, but you here we go. Let me go see. Back up, back up, back up. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing it on YouTube as well. So I'm not understanding why you didn't see it. But that's about all I can do.
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
So there it was. I played it again. That's all I can do. So anybody wants to contribute to the program with super tips and the AI voices, you can do that. Of course, the text one was always available, uh, uh, but this is a different means by which I've set it up. It looks like it comes through. I'm seeing it on YouTube and Rumble. So I'm gonna go. Oh, Dave Thompson says, "Okay, I saw it, but it's too high." Yeah, no, look, it uh, could lower it a bit, but now it's going to get to where I can't seem to eliminate the dumb thing that says Douglas Nelson on it. And so that would make it easier. I could just put it at the bottom on top, but doesn't appear to do that, or doesn't give me that option. So
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
uh, that's about as low as I can go because it's going to go behind the. You see, I can put it all the way down and play it.
Hi,
here.
Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
And oh, it does go over it. Son of a gun. All right, let me try that again. Before I did it, it didn't. I swear.
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
All right, we'll leave it there then. All right, that's where it'll go through. So, we'll see how that goes. There's a ticker. Yeah, I know there's a ticker, but I've got it over here, and that I think that'll work. Um, all right. Boy, is it late. It's really not late. I should have used the earliest uh, you know, logo. But of course, had to do New York City Crime Report, and after that, had to work on the Mr Nailsin Show, which I completed. So it's good to go. I'll send that off to Radio Misfits, and it'll be available tomorrow. Meanwhile, there's a promo from the show I did, the Nailsin Show I did with Pat. So it took a video clip of it, and that's on my Rumble channel as well. You can check that out. The rest of the video version of the show that I did with Pat is on my locals, but you got to be a subscriber to see that one. So there you go. You are cropped small. I'm not going to fill up the screen. Besides, the bulk of the show not going to see me at all. It's going to be, I'm going to share the screen with the collection of Photoshop artwork that I prepared for, well, I guess not evening show. You see how small you are? There is a border around your video about, that sort of thing. Yeah. Give me the, well, it should. Yeah, it's not giving me that option. I guess it's different this way. So why doesn't it show the background? I wonder. Like, no, import scene. No. Well, what does it just create? Maybe. Let me. Well, add new layer. Yeah. All right. Where media files? It should be here. No, not that. Is that how that works? Is this? No, that's not going to cut it either. Yeah, I don't like that. I want it to be filling up the screen. But I guess when I'm in this mode, it can't. I guess I'd have to switch back and forth in order for it to, um, you know, go back to where I can fill up the screen with it. I wonder if it still works. Yeah, yeah, it's not going to let me do it. When you show the news stories, it will be too small. Yeah, but look, it's not letting me do it. I guess I'll have to set it that way in order to. No, that's not it. To look at super tips, I wouldn't be able to do it while I'm looking at the other stuff. So could do it like that, and so let's see how that looks if it works. But that's for the dynamic scene. Uh, okay, there it fills the screen. Um, and I don't think it will let me play the super tip in this version of it. Yep, it's supposed to be playing right now. It's not. So see, I have to jump back to the other scene, and it, yeah. Well, maybe. Let me see. Let me see. Do it like that. Uh, no, no. Super tips are gonna have to be like this.
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
That's the catch. All right. Well, that's too bad. But any super tips that come through, provided they do tonight, or this morning rather, I will look back on that after I've done my little tour here of artwork, so you have something to look at. Frame is gone. Oh, what the fuck? The border is huge. Oh, what the fuck? Can you show shit on the border? What border? Yep. Afraid that's it, buddy. This is the way it is. Um, so, without further ado, let me see how it looks when I have this on there. All right. Add to the key. Yeah. And we'll take a look at the artwork. There. See, I'm looking at it. Yeah. Yeah, there's still these black borders off to the side and everything. I don't know. I don't know why, because like in the preview here, it's full screen, but it doesn't do it on the show. What a pain. What an absolute pain. But such is life. All right, let me get started. Oh, wait. Of course. Had to play the music. Yeah. Anyway, so here we are from the year 2023. And I think, yeah, I think so. But anyway, this is a Photoshop image of Anthony as some sort of action hero. Here he is in the Bruce Lee pose. I don't know what this is from. Here he is in a scuba suit swimming underwater and all kinds of ships and explosions. A lot dealing with naval themes not belly button themes. No, no, no. Out at sea, seaman. So here he is, some sort of magic wizard. Oh yeah, I think this was from that Disney movie that came and went, Wish. And so I did Anthony as the character. I think he was the evil wizard in it or some crap. And then there's the girl that was going to be the hero of the whole story in the background here. But I put AOC's face over the girl. So there you have it. Anthony the Wizard. Oh boy, it's kind of sudden to have this right here at the beginning, but I've done this a time or two with the sort of Looney Tunes like background and then Anthony's cartoon face. And that's all, folks. Yeah, but not yet, not yet. So here he is, Charles Bronson, with almost enough bullets and taking the law in his own hands against criminal scum. And then, you can see New York City just falling apart. But one man dares to stand up against the forces of evil. It's Anthony. Yeah, in a purple jacket. Oh, well. Well, here's happier times when Kevin would visit the show, and they're hanging out with I forget the character. And look who showed up. Yeah, remember her? It's what got the whole thing started, really. And there's Anthony taking pictures. So I don't know. I guess in the show they were reminiscing about the events that led to Compound Media and stuff. And I forget who this guy's supposed to be, but for some reason I put him there. And but hey, it's been a while. So anyway, there you go. Here's I guess the Marvels movie was out, and so I thought, I know, I'll acknowledge that with your favorite Compound character. So there's Anthony as Ms. Marvel, and there's Gavin as Captain Marvel, and of course once again the lovely lady who assaulted Anthony, which led to Compound Media happening. So they're all together at last, dressing up like the Marvel's characters. Yeah. And then, of course, the Indiana Jones movie that came and went. So there's Anthony as Indiana Jones. Poor Beavis. There he is. Do miss that kitty, even though I never met him. I think this was imagery actually from Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1. But it fits in with Indiana Jones, so I stuck that, and that's from like Rome, I think, and of course Egypt. So I put that in there. So yeah, Anthony Beavis, Chad Zumock with his swollen eye, this guy who was, I don't know, made an admiral of health or some crap in the Biden administration, and then there's Biden himself. Doesn't know what the hell's going on there. There's Francine, remember her? So I put her in there. And then Mannix in this Anthony Cumia version of Indiana Jones. Probably would have been a cooler movie, Probably would have been. Oh, well, at least we got this, poster art out of the deal. Here's a little cartoon I put together pretty quick about Anthony's ongoing conundrum of which shirt to wear for his Tony Two Shirts outfit, and boy, it's tough. The blue one or the charcoal shirt, oh damn, it's tough. And I don't know, maybe he flipped a coin or something to pick one. This was because he had a good night at the casino. I forget where, Borgata or something. And he did really well. And he was boasting about it and stuff. Let the guy have his moment. And so I thought, I know, I'll have Anthony surrounded by money and stuff and with a big smile. And then, of course, back in happier times, Bob and Kevin, they would do the show on Thursdays at Compound, and they'd show up. So here's Bob checking on Kevin's prostate. They were close once. Yeah, it's sad. Man, I can't. This is from one of the Better Call Saul promo images, where it was like this, all black and white, except the jacket was in red. And I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if it was Anthony instead of Bob Odenkirk? And so I did. I put Anthony in there, and oh look, there he is. See, it makes a cool image, even though it really wasn't my idea. It was Better Call Saul, but the background was completely different. See, that makes it more mine. Well, not really. I didn't really do. Anyway, a man from Uncle image. So I had forgotten I had already done one. I think because I would do one later because the previous one was from 2024 images, and had a little more stuff added. But here is Gavin and Anthony as the man from Uncle guys, and there you go. You got the logo on the back. So see, it all works out. Here's some, I don't know, action scene, whatever. Anthony is stuck inside a wheelchair, but don't worry, he's got a machine gun in his cast. Somebody was trying to give him the business or something, so he blew him away, splattering, blowing up all over the place. And Nurse Chrissy looks concerned. She didn't really sign up for this, but, well, sometimes Anthony has adventures. Here's one of these surrealism themes I'll do. So it's Anthony. I believe that's Rod Serling's body, but I put Anthony's head on it. And then, oh, look, this strange, mysterious red door, but it opens up to the beach. But what is this? It's the Compound Media background. How can any of this happen? I don't know. And then there's all these weird dancers there, That's, in case you didn't figure it out, this is a weird picture. So now it's complete with those people. Another surreal thing. It's as if the performance is behind them. But anyway, they're sitting in the seats, Gavin and Anthony, And then here's this scene of the microphone in the spotlight behind. What does it mean? I don't know. You tell me. Another kind of weird, maybe even Halloween type images. I do a lot of horror images when it's October and stuff, but bizarre, surreal imagery. So there's Anthony put into this guy. Rod Serling makes another appearance, and more bizarre models in the background. I don't know, but oh look, it's a naked lady. Yeah. So there you go. That's it's something. Here's Anthony as an artist. So I do recall this. There was a theme of art being applied to the imagery. And so there's Anthony as Bob Ross, and he's doing his rendition of Munch's The Scream, And there's the Scream model, actually looks just like it, but he decided, I want you to look like Gavin. And so there it is. He did a good job, really good there, Anthony. It's not quite finished yet, you see, but it does look like Gavin. Yeah. Anthony as the Flash from the Flash movie, I don't know. I think this was some costume shop or whatever. I thought it looked really silly and stupid. So I put Anthony in it. There's Batman's bat suits in the background. Put some lightning all around because, he's the Flash. Oh, wait. The lightning's hitting his... Yeah, I probably shouldn't. It makes it look like it. Well, anyway. The Flash. Here's some of the more surrealism. Surrealism is a constant element that I go to, especially when I'm just bored and don't know what else to do. So some of this are characters from Japanese movies. I have no idea what they're about, but they sure are interesting looking with the different characters that show up in it. So added Gavin and Anthony to that. And then there was this girl who was up in the sky. So I just repeated her over and over this sort of fake, city that's like Mr. Rogers City or something, I just thought that looked cool. All that work just, to see this. But, I did it. And I guess this was like the idea that after Tucker was fired from Fox News, where would he go? So I thought, oh, well, Compound Media could give him a show. It's so there, the Tucker Carlson Show on Compound Media. See, it all works. Oh, what might have been. So this is a Halloween image, I'm sure, and there's Anthony as the spider head thing, and there's the guys looking at the spaceship buried in the ice, and then of course through some snow in the compound background. So yeah, that's something. Here we go, another take on Anthony's fashion sense. So what to wear? Tony Two-Shirt. Simple two-step fashion plan will answer all your wardrobe worries. So there you go. You just need the T-shirt and the checked blue shirt. Yeah, and you wear that on the outside of the T-shirt. Now you too can have a less stressful life like that of Tony Two-Shirts. Yeah, it's only two. Only two. And think of the extra pockets you get, Yeah, you got to consider that. Here's Anthony and Gavin in this old, what was it, Stakeout, that movie. So I put them in there. And then I had all this extra space, and I'm like, what do I do? So I put the compound Anthony Cumia background in there. But then, what? Do I put the city back there? So I just decided to put this house and trees and the night sky. It looks like they're in outer space or something. But anyway, so there you go. That's what I did. Like, this is like next door or something. I don't know. Here's Anthony and Chrissy. So this is Robert Urich. And was the girl in the picture too? I can't remember. I don't think she was. Where did I get her from? Is that like Suzanne Summers or something? I can't remember. But Chrissy used to do his Monday shows, So I put her in there and found this car and put that. I think that was the car that Robert Urich drove around. He played this, I guess, I don't know, private detective or whatever, in a show called Vegas, which by a staggering coincidence took place in Las Vegas. So I guess it sort of made sense. And so I put Anthony as Robert Urich, and I guess the gal pal was Chrissy, and put her in there. And yeah, I did have, the hair was blonde, so I had to change it red. And that's what I did. This is the thumbnail image that I'm using for this. And I can't remember what the inspiration was. This would have to go into the surreal thing as well. So you just have Anthony and Gavin hanging out. Anthony, of course, has got sort of a 70s look there. I think this was originally a Japanese guy, but it's Gavin. But he did have the Hawaiian shirt. Gavin's really taken a liking to those. And so I put him in there with, some beer and a little hat there. And I don't know, the girl's just hanging out and likes to play video games. So it's great. And everyone's having a good time. And here's Anthony and Gavin as barbaric warriors or something, and there's all these monsters everywhere. I don't know. I don't even remember this one. It's weird. Geez. Yeah, that's an odd one. But anyway, it's okay. None of the monsters were hurt in the making of this image. This is another Halloween thing. So you got Jaws, and of course, Michael Myers from Halloween. He's not doing so great these days, so he needs a walker. And then Anthony and Gavin from The Shining, And so it's like, boy, that's a big doorway now. But there you go. And then, of course, the overlook carpet pattern put there, Nice, huh? Here's a cartoon of Anthony and Gavin, and I think I just added some sign to make it look like Gavin's tattoos. It didn't really do all that good of a job on it, but I was making it all cartoony, so I had to add a cartoon city in the background. But oh man, it looks like Gavin had an accident, But well, that's what happens sometimes. Again, on the same theme of drinking, here's Anthony as Superman and Gavin as Batman. Because the thing about Gavin, if you put Anthony, you can still sort of see it's Anthony when I put him in the bat mask. But Gavin, you're always gonna know because the beard, obviously, and the glasses. See, and put that in there too. So I don't know. He's shaking his finger at Anthony, disapproving, which is strange coming from Gavin. But maybe it's because Superman really needs to be dealing with these, aliens blowing up the city. You would think. But now he's like, I'll get it in a minute, So hopefully that all works out. This must have been one for a Thursday show. So have a great weekend. So I just threw in all these images of Anthony that I've had that's ready-made. There's Anthony and Beavis. I don't know if he's supposed to be Tarzan with a Gatling gun or whatever. Anthony is Moses, the Inspector Anthony, con artist Anthony, Colonel Sanders Anthony, the DeLorean, Sergeant Anthony, that robot that he mentioned a time or two from the World's Fair, and Anthony giving the wood shampoo to Daffy Duck, the ghost of Daffy Duck, after he's done his greatest performance that he can only do once. So here's Anthony. What was this for? I don't even remember. Was it his birthday or something? Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it's something. Maybe it's because that's what no, I don't know that when he got his Twitter account back. I don't, because Elon didn't buy Twitter. Hadn't gone through. I forget. Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, here's an often referred to element of wanting to escape to Willoughby, And I thought, boy, I bet Anthony wishes he could escape. And I guess he kind of has now, when he moved to South Carolina. So I thought, hey, that would make a great image. It was kind of a very low resolution still from the Twilight Zone episode where this guy dreams of going to Willoughby. And so, of course, put Anthony in there on the train, and he suddenly sees Willoughby, and he said, oh my God, it's so nice. Oh. And I think Anthony did find his Willoughby. Here's Anthony as a wizard conjuring up all kinds of spells. You can see all the magic land and stuff, and giant Beavis. So here's wood shampoo in action again. And well, you get the deal. Anthony was just not having it, So you got shattered glass and stuff, riots. I don't know, a subway train car coming through, and fire and stuff. I don't know. And that's Chrissy taking a selfie. I don't know why I darkened her hair or whatever. But anyway, or maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. So there you go. It must have been a Monday show, Yeah. Here's one of the surrealism, but also a vintage scenery. I guess sort of a steampunk thing or something like that. So there's Gavin and Anthony playing, the old timey bass, and balloons everywhere. Are the buildings on fire? I don't know. I forget what that was all about, but I don't know. I thought it looked cool. Oh boy, people have recurring nightmares and stuff. And some images just speak for themselves. Once again, another movie poster. Anthony and Gavin from reenacting the scene from Zapped, and Anthony has zap powers. And so he's zapping this girl's skirt. And Gavin seems to be okay with that. Yeah. And here we have it. Anthony meditating. That's right. And See, it's all decorated with all these different Buddhas and everything. And some more Buddhas in the back, really big ones, in the background. And it's all very peaceful. And he's achieved nirvana. No, not the band. The absolute ultimate state of Zen consciousness, I suppose, where he is now levitating on a cloud. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And one can always hope and wish that they can achieve such peace and quiet as that. We can. But anyway, that's the end of the line for this collection of Photoshops featuring, Anthony Cumia. And all this was inspired by his show. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. But I still do them, but I don't know. It was cool having that background stuff, but it doesn't really apply now, that kind of thing. But what are you going to do, I don't know. Things change, don't they? They do. All right, let me see here. Hey, Thompson, people on the phone will barely see that. Well, that's true of all of it. Hey, Thompson, is that Carmix? You mean on screen? No. Hey, Thompson, Opie is live. Okay. Terry Nee, charcoal. Terry Nee, where images? Horror images? Well, sorta. Okay, let me check this thingamajig. Okay, well, not seeing any new super tips, so I can't really test any more than what I've already done. Oh, of course, I don't think it'll work unless I go back to this, which puts it back here. And it has to be all small again. And that's how it would
Hi, Doug,
work.
it's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet? Hi, Doug, it's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
Yeah, that's how it would work. So that would be the only way I could do it. Whoopsie doopsie daisy. Okay, there's one other thing I could do. Not for super tips. That's all I can do. Sorry about that. It'll just have to be on a smaller screen. Not that much smaller, though. I need to... I can mess with this drawing I did earlier and that I was not happy with. So I'll do that. Because I thought going through the Photoshop images would take longer than it did. So here we go. And now in Photoshop. So which one? Oh yeah, her. So that's the one that I did. And see, I've changed the face and all that stuff so that it's not as bad as before. Do you remember? Do you remember how it was before? Oh no! Take that off. And so, yeah, this is probably better. So that's what I did there for that one. What's this? Well, that's the same one. What the hell? Oh, I guess it moves over to that. So there's the image I drew, and still had to fix the eye though. That's still too small, and then added it on to the other one. Here we have the drawing from the news story. That I guess desaturate that, then like this, and and all I did was snap a shot of it with the fin instead of, outright scanning it in. Okay. Thank you. All right. There we go. Here we go again. There we go there. Now, the article said that this was, a lady. It's possible. But in this day and age, you understand why, there were some questions. Trying to remember what this story was about. I think this is the one who ended up stabbing this guy who was already dying of lung cancer. Yeah, I think that's the one. And they sort of just left it at that, and I kind of wondered, well, no charges of breaking and entering or anything. How did this occur? How did these two know each other? What's all that? So, I mean, you could kind of take a guess as to what exactly happened to for these circumstances to occur. But they did, and he died, and this person's charged with the demise of this gentleman. Oh yeah, and the added thing to it was due to the multiple surgeries this poor guy had because of his the cancer. I guess they had to remove his voice box at one point. So, he couldn't call out for help while being attacked by this person. So, some family and friends and whatnot were upset about this, which, you can expect that. It's understandable. But, he's gone. So, and all because this person, I can't imagine what could have been the problem. And I don't know, again, what was there a relationship of any sort? That kind of thing. But we may never know. So that was one of the stories, and I didn't draw it the night I was doing that bit of Nailsin News. I was drawing these during one of Pat's shows, which I don't know, it might have been the other night. I can't remember. It was this week. So there was another one. Oh yeah, there was the guy who murdered his father. Yes, his own father, and said it's because he thought he might be an alien, from outer space. More than likely he wasn't, but everybody knew the guy was nuts, and we're constantly having to call the authorities on him and stuff. But I guess the guy's father just wasn't going to give up on him or something like that, and it ultimately cost him his life. So he killed his father and then he disemboweled him. Uh, Now that I think about it, I guess was he searching for the evidence that he was, an alien? And I don't know if maybe he convinced himself that he wasn't his father, that his real father had been replaced by this, fake uh, version of him by this alien. But I don't know. It's always something of a mistake to try to explain things like that. So it's pretty much how the story ends. Oh well, he did steal his father's, I don't know, car or truck, I forget which, and yeah, they found him. So there was that one. What was one of the other stories? Can't quite recall. Nah. There we go. I think the other story was some elementary school teacher who was in charge of special needs kids. And, well, she drove to work, and, but she was, plastered. I mean, super drunk. And ran over somebody. Not one of the kids. They didn't really give much details on. I think they did say it was some man. But then she she continued on to the school, and then later said, "Oh, I heard a thump." Yeah, I'll bet. And so they had to arrest her, and she's on administrative leave. And but I think, yeah, they did say, well, we know she drinks a lot or something. So I'm like, does she show up drunk to the school all the time? And you're fine with her being in charge of these children, who well, they are called special needs for a reason, and you decided, well, good enough, I guess, because it's like, well, nobody really wants the job, I guess. Is it one of those things? Oh well, but look, at least she didn't run over any of the kids or anything like that. So, but small consolation for the guy that was run over. Don't know the extent of damages or whatnot that he suffered, injuries, but she's now charged with hit and run, although she claims, well, I didn't know I had hit anyone. And of course, she has an explanation for that. I was drunk as a skunk, So like, oh yes, you were drunk. Of course, getting behind the wheel intoxicated is a crime. But I don't know if it was like, look, I was just so drunk, like it's some sort of mitigating circumstance, so I can't really be held responsible for the guy that got hit. No, you can. So, I don't know. So, well, my life is just so stressful, and boy, do I need a drink just to calm the old nerves. Something like that. And I don't know. I suppose they have character witnesses. Well, okay, she did this thing, but other than that, she's pretty cool. You know, maybe they could do that. I'm like, well, all right, but next time, you, oh, don't worry, I've learned my lesson. And then everything will be fine. Except for, the guy who got run over. Uh, he might beg to differ. But, well, we'll just have to see how that works out. Yeah. Oh well, there we go. There's that one. Okay. Oh, here's the guy who disemboweled his dad. Yeah. Yeah. Could you ever believed he would do something like that? Does he really look like he's crazy? Well, if you said yes, you've made a good guess. Because he did do it. Well, it takes forever for that thing to... There we go. There we go. There we go. And here. And there. And this. And that. And that. And this. Okay, I gotta get rid of that thing. Something tells me I didn't really pay much attention to this one. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Ugh. That's not gonna work. Ugh, the hand is going numb. Oh. Alright, well, let's see what we got here. Maybe something like that. There we go. There we are. Oops, oops, oops. All right. Oops. There we go. Okay. Okay. this here? All this, all that. I don't know why I bother with these if I can't. I mean, I suppose I could come up with figures for them, put them in the video for the different crime stories, and do something like that, you know. Whoops. Well, that'll work. Here we go. He's just a lost soul who can't begin to understand how everything went wrong for him. People will try to explain it all went wrong when you murdered your own father. And if he remembers at all what his excuse was, he says, well, yeah, but I was convinced he was an alien. And I was afraid he was going to lay eggs in me or something. Or eat my brain. Well, turns out he was completely wrong. So, that's too bad. You know, when it goes to, killing an alien disguised as a human being, it's vitally important you have absolute confirmation of it. You know? And here's the woman who murdered her father, tried to kill her mother, but she didn't die. And after all that, she decided to go on a shopping spree, because that's what she does to relax. But authorities eventually caught up with her and said, well, we got a problem for what you did. And she was like, whatever. So I took the drawing from her mugshot, and she seemed upset with the situation, not so much about what happened to her parents, that she's the one who did it, but the fact that she's going to have to go to prison for it. She wasn't happy about that at all. Oh well. Of course, the reason she killed them was for some strange reason they wanted her to move out of the house. And she wasn't happy about that. In the end, she will now have a place to stay, of course, but not in the house she grew up in. No, or at least the house her parents owned. So, yeah, a lot of these murders, it appears the people involved don't really think them through. Some people do. It's like because of the insurance, and that kind of thing. And they'll even hire someone else to do it, uh, which a lot of times it turns out the hitman is, an undercover police officer. Um, but not all the time. Sometimes, it's some guy who says, well, all right, for that amount of money, yep. And, they'll go do it. So, people take their chances with it. But anyway, it's some amount of thinking. It's not just all of a sudden, I'm so pissed. And then, oh, well, I got all these problems. Such was the case with this doofus. But just at the moment, she was decided to do what she always did with mom and dad, throw a tantrum. Um, except this time it was lethal, at least where her father was concerned. Uh, so, yeah, it didn't really work out great, but that's what she wanted to do. And she went shopping. I don't know if she, I can't remember if the story indicated that she, bought stuff with her parents' money or something like that. But I don't know, maybe so. Now, she was married, but to a woman, so maybe that was some tension going on. And it didn't seem to indicate whether this wife lived in the house with her. And was it something like that? The parents never accepted, her being a lesbian and all that stuff. I don't know, but they talked to the wife and said, "Hey, all this happened," and said, "How did she seem when she said, 'Hey, let's go shopping'?" And she said, "Oh, she just seems like she always did." Which just goes to show, she was just always crazy. Oh, that's just her. But I don't know if she was on par with the craziness of the guy who, killed his dad and disemboweled him, thinking he was an alien. Seems like she was just mad about being thrown out of the house. So, I just don't know. But, if this was just a normal day for her, with the only exception is she murdered her parents, then, well, you got to think people just got used to her being weird and messed up and just didn't think much of it. Oh, well, to each their own. That's how things go. And stuff like that. But obviously, when it comes to conscience or whatever, as they say, you just flew off the handle. You were so mad. And like you hit somebody and they fall over dead. Is your first idea is to just go shopping? Well, I guess in her case it was. But I mean, how do you do that? You just act perfectly normal, like nothing's wrong, and to where no one even notices anything. The whole time you think, good Lord, I just killed my dad. you know? But apparently, no, this did not occur. She's like, oh, well, I got shit to do. I don't know. But, and, and she's sitting in the mugshot with, looked to me to be the attitude of, oh, I guess everyone's going to think this is my fault. That kind of thing. And, I don't know. The authorities say, well, the only reason people think that is because it is. And this is true. Yeah. Alrighty. Alright. I think I'll add a little bit of the shite. There, right there. Oops. Didn't notice that before. Wow. You learn as you go, Alrighty. Alright. It's alright. Don't nobody worry about me. Alright. There she is. All pissed off and mad. Because she didn't want to leave the house, But she's going to leave the house now. So, all that rage and tantrum was for nothing. Alright. Huh. I don't know what these are. Oh, yeah, that's the guy, the hitman in New Orleans. That was the victim. And, oh, geez, come on. And that was the jilted lover that wanted her dead. Yeah. And he said, okay. But it is now so very late. It's early. So, oops. There we go. This one turned out not too bad. It was actually a pretty good picture. Because, I'm babbling on while and back and forth with Pat on the show, and a lot of times some of these, I was thinking, well, I'm just doodling. And but sometimes just turns out okay, I guess. Unlike this case. Didn't turn out well at all. And seems that's an example of, this woman was saying, yeah, this crazy woman is like stalking me and stuff. I don't think anyone did anything. And, well, obviously not, because well, they killed her. So, because this woman couldn't get over the fact that her ex-boyfriend dumped her and moved on to someone else. That's what happens. That's life. You don't always get what you want. All right. Let me see. Check for time. Oh, yeah. So, there you go. A little bit of, me drawing and stuff. Any horror images? Hey, Thompson, are you getting more cows soon? As soon as they give birth. Nodak, hit the like button. Yes, if you would, please. Nodak makes a good point. Hey, Thompson, but only once. Well, yeah, if you hit it again, it unlikes it or unhits it. So I guess you could hit it multiple times, provided the last one is still hitting it, but it won't do much good other than that. A. Thompson, FKB. A. Thompson, Doug, do you like Beavis and Butthead? Oh, yeah, liked them a lot. That's great times. No, I like the quiet elevator music in the background. Yeah, I thought it would fit with, especially with doing like a Photoshop tour and that sort of thing. Might look for other stuff to be like, like you said, elevator background music, Nodak, ST is in. ST is in. ST. Oh, the super tip. Okay. Let's see. I'll have to go to the other scene. Layers, web source. This is like all behind the type stuff. Okay. This one less than a minute ago, it says. Well, let's hope that's true. I wouldn't want you to be that long. Anyway.
Douglas, didn't you see the pat signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream. Karmic Super tipped me $23.17 to play the Kaja Gugu album White Feathers.
Oh, gee whiz, Patman. I'll be right there with my bad-ums after every song. I'm definitely not too shy, hush, hush, eye to eye.
Okay. There's a massive echo on my end. I don't know if it sounds like that on the show. I hope not. Let me see. Okay. It plays normal, but it makes it difficult for me to hear what it said, but that's okay. Keep sending them. So, $5 and said, Douglas, didn't you see the Pat original signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream. Karmic super tipped me $23.17 to play the Cayuga Gugu album White Feathers. I'll play it again. Oh, gee whiz, Pat Man. I'll be right there with my bad thumbs after every song. Bad dum? Oh, badums. Yeah, badums. I'm definitely not too shy. Hush, hush, eye to eye. Okay.
Douglas, didn't you see the pat signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream. Karmic Super tipped me $23.17 to play the Kaja Gugu album White Feathers.
Oh, gee whiz, Patman. I'll be right there with my bad-ums after every song. I'm definitely not too shy, hush, hush, eye to eye.
Okay. Say it's good fun. Thank you. Geez, why didn't it? Yeah, Nodak. Jeez. Man, I'm just clumsy and stumbling all over the place. Yeah, super tip. Nodak sounded good here. Yeah, it sounds good going out. So that's all that really matters. It's just the two screens echo. I have it where if I do it like that, if I hit the live, I wonder. I don't know. I mean, I'll just play it again just to see what.
Douglas, didn't you see the pat signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream. Karmic Super tipped me $23.17 to play the Kaja Gugu album White Feathers.
Oh, gee whiz, Patman. I'll be right there with my bad ums after every song. I'm definitely not too shy, hush, hush, eye to eye.
All right, could you hear that? So maybe that's how I'm supposed to do this. I guess I could go check it out. Huh? Okay, no, that's not gonna work. Okay. Does it do it? That is weird. I wonder. Try it again.
Douglas, didn't you see the pat signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream. Karmic Super tipped me $23.17 to play
like
the
now.
Kaja Gugu album White Feathers.
Weird.
Oh, gee whiz, Patman. I'll be right there with my bad ums after every song. I'm definitely not too shy, hush, hush, eye to eye.
Okay. It's a weird thing where see, I've got my editorial screen and then the live preview screen. And the live preview screen is what you see on screen. All right, cool. But there was like a few second delay. Both screens would play the super tip. So I was like, oh, well, I got to mute the sound in one or the other. But the editor sound was already muted, yet it wasn't. So then I hit it and then it muted the live preview. But then, of course, you can't hear it on the outside. So then I set it back and now there's no echo. You know why? It's like the way it was originally. So, but it works. So now it plays, I can hear it normally, understand what's being said and all that. So probably have to do all this again next time I set up. But it's fun, So there we go. We've got super tips. So no problem. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Nodak, and thank you for the super tip. Thank you very much. Rex Dixon, all good. So it was good for Thompson says this is a big problem. Well, it's the only way I can get it to work for now. And I can't blow up the screen for it to show it. If there's a way for it to work out, then I'll come to that later. But it's just not showing me any means by which to do that, and that's unfortunate. But 8 times, we will miss you, Doug. You mean for the weekend? Why is the frame so big? I just said I don't know. When I put it back in dynamic, it's still showing the thing, and then show that full screen. It gives me that option for it to be large, but now the super tips will not work. At least that's the way they've been behaving. Let me hit it. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not there. It's not showing up anywhere. So yeah. So I have to shift between these scenes that's in the different screens that I can use. And for whatever reason, it just doesn't give me the ability blow it up like the other one, like the main dynamic scene does, is what it's called in EV Mux. And I don't know why. There's really no option to do it like that, which is odd. It is. Even when it's like, do it. Why don't you? It doesn't do it. That's just the maybe that. Oh, geez, you gotta be kidding me. It's this simple. Ah, geez. Okay. So it's like this. Well, okay, one more time with this.
Douglas, didn't you see the pat signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream. Karmic Super tipped me $23.17 to play the Kaja Gugu album White Feathers.
Oh, gee whiz, Patman. I'll be right there with my bad ums after every song. I'm definitely not too shy, hush, hush, eye to eye.
Douglas, didn't you see the pat signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream. Karmic Super tipped me $23.17 to play the Kaja Gugu album.
Okay, thanks, Pat. Okay, it appears there's a simple fix that can now make the screen go up to this side. I still don't like this black border on the sides there, but I don't know if it was always like that. But that's as far as it goes. I don't know if it do it, but it doesn't do anything else. Oh, that's the no, I don't want to do that. Jeez. Don't make it harder. And it's like I have to manually go in and do it. Whereas in the dynamic scene, you don't. So that's just gonna, I don't think that's gonna work if I push it further like this. So let me hit live so I can see if that moves it any further. Nah, you still got the stupid black borders on the end there. So I guess that's the deal. That's the deal. Snap to the corners. And anyway. Okay. Well, we learned some things today, I guess. I did. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? What's his name? He played Doc Brown in Back to the Future. Hey, Thompson, is your camera set for 1080? You can't change the setting. It's a cheap camera. Hey, Thompson, for the best underwear, trust Exotico. A. Thompson says now it's good. Well, that'll have to do it. Super Tips is working now, so that's something, isn't it? I would think so. I wonder how the little banner thing, did I move that too? I didn't think so. Oh. Yeah, I did. Or I moved the whole picture. Okay. There. Okay. So, Super Tips works. See, all I want to do is play with Super Tips now. Whoops.
Douglas, didn't you see the pat signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream. Karmic Super tipped me $23.17 to play the Kaja Gugu album White Feathers.
Oh, gee whiz, Patman. I'll be right there with my bad ums after every song. I'm definitely not too shy, hush, hush, eye to eye.
I think it still needs to go maybe that position.
Douglas, didn't you see the pat signal in the sky? I need you to come back to my stream.
What it needs to be.
Karmic Super tipped me $23.17 to play.
So that's how that works. But All right. I think that'll work. Um, so anyway, thanks. Oh wait, let me. There we go. We'll take care of that. Thank you for watching and enjoying this little Photoshop tour and a little bit of coloring drawings, but in Photoshop, so it's in keeping with the theme. So I won't be on Pat's show tonight. I got to go to work. But do tune in. He'll play a song for you and stuff. Excuse me. Swallowed that wrong. And his super tips are working now too. And he's got Joey C on there. Oh boy, won't that be fun to play with? And all that goody good stuff. And hopefully I can get in another little morning stream. Saturday morning, I'll try to do that. I did tape a segment for Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics, but I'm thinking I can go ahead and play that and then come on live afterwards. I just got to figure out what the hell I want to do. That's important. And then Monday morning might have one stream then too. And then probably Monday night do one. Unless I just can't do it. It can happen. But anyway, that's usually the deal. Can't promise those streams, especially over the weekend. But the possibility is there. Yeah, definitely going to. If not, definitely there'll be a Sunday comic show. The plan is for it to be live, more or less. Yeah. All right. Have a good rest of your day. I'm going to wrap this up and head over to a shower and preparations for tonight. Because what are you going to do? I do have to go to work, and wouldn't it be nice if I didn't have to and could just do this all the time? Oh boy, it would be so much fun. But it's just not really feasible. So I'll go to work and visit with you again soon. And more Nailsin news, some Nailsin ratings, draw some pictures, do some Photoshop, all that fun stuff. Oh, hopefully you'll get to enjoy it. And I'll keep you up to date on when this comic book will be available. You see, yeah, that's right. Doodleverse Comics. Oh boy, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just looking at it right now, and this guy's great. And so it's in the hopper over at indieplanet.com, and when they get to the files and put it in the store, I will put out the good word that it's readily available for you to purchase. Rex Dixon says, "Thanks, Doug. Always entertaining." Well, you're very welcome, Rex. You're very welcome indeed. So, all right, everybody have a good rest of your day and hopefully a good weekend. I'm going to be working this weekend, so, but you never know. I might have some fun little tales to share. Actually, I'm hoping I don't. Usually that tells things I'd rather not go through, but anyway, you get the deal. So have a good one, and I'll talk to you again, hopefully soon. Okay. Okay. Why does it not work the way it's supposed to? Not hide. There we go.